All right, so continuing on, we're going to get into our metric prefixes. So the first one over here, we have mega, and mega is referring to 1 million. That's what the metric prefix actually means. And then we have kilo, which is referring to 1,000. So if I have 1 kilometer, how many meters is that equal to? Once again, we have 1 kilometer, so it's basically referring to 1,000 meters. And that's all that really means. Then we have another metrics prefix called the centi. And where have you actually heard cent used before? Maybe you might be thinking, hey, you know what? I know that 100 cents are in $1, or there are 100 years in 1 century. So a cent is actually just referring to 100th. So if we have 1 meter, how many centimeters is that? Oh, that's 100 centimeters. Now, if you're looking at a meter stick, you actually do have all those tick marks. I bet you, if you were to count up all the centimeters, well, how many centimeters do you think that actually would be on the meter stick? Hopefully you're saying to yourself right now that there's 100 of them. Same thing with the millimeter. Hey, you know what? A millimeter is referring to 1,000. And how many millimeters are there in 1 meter? 1,000. And then we have micro as well. We're not really going to be getting into micro. Possibly if we start to discuss waves, we'll start to discuss the wavelengths. But as of right now, these are just the metric prefixes that we're going to be referring to. So I just want to really clarify, just because I'm talking about the meter here, this actually also does apply to for mass referring to, the kilogram. So we have 1,000 grams is equal to 1 kilogram. And same thing with the liters. We actually have 1,000 milliliters is equal to 1 liter. So just keep in mind that this actually does apply to the gram as well as liters. And just to wrap this up, one more question I have to ask you is this. So for the kilometer, would you say that there's a difference between the kilometer and a kilometer? I'm sure that you've actually heard those two different pronunciations, at least here in the United States you have. And once again, is there a difference between the kilometer and a kilometer? And the answer to that is no. It's just a difference in pronunciation. You have the kilometer and kilometer. Just two different ways to pronounce the kilometer. Those are essentially the same exact thing now.